Good Thursday evening and welcome to the NCW Life Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a peek outside our weather window. And rather cloudy day out there today across north central Washington. We did see some rain showers this morning and spotty rain showers throughout our afternoon too. Even heavier amounts of rain though did fall along the Cascade Crest up around Stehekin. A good shot for rain up there, and the Stehekin River is now at flood stage, by the way, up that way. And you can still see some clouds, but some peaks of sun as we take a look outside our weather window. And not much sun today, and we even have a chance for rain tonight, and that chance will continue throughout our afternoon. We'll see about a 50% chance of rain showers tonight, and then by the time we get into Friday, decreasing showers towards morning, and we'll see colder temperatures, especially by the time we get into the upcoming weekend. We'll talk more about that in our weather forecast a little bit later in the newscast. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. Law enforcement officers in Okanogan County spent almost a full day last week tracking down a man who twice bolted from them into the woods west of Mazama. Loren Culp, the Republic police chief who garnered just 40% of the vote for governor on Tuesday, says he now has no job to go back to. And guest farm workers harvesting produce under the H-2A visa program will find their wages frozen for at least the next 2 years. But first, we begin tonight. 29 people in the Wenatchee Valley are now dead from coronavirus. The Chelan Douglas Health District reported the latest death of a Chelan County resident on Wednesday. She was a woman in her 70s. This comes in addition to 3 deaths due to COVID-19 reported one day earlier. About 290 new cases have been detected in the 2 counties in the last 2 weeks. The health district continues to advise residents to mask up, social distance, and avoid group gatherings to help slow the spread of the virus. Well, law enforcement officers in Okanogan County spent almost a full day last week tracking down a man who twice bolted from them into the woods west of Mazama. NCW Life's Jefferson Robbins has the story.
It started the morning of October 27th when an off-duty Fish and Wildlife officer spotted the man carrying a rifle in the middle of Highway 20 near the Klipchuk campground. The Okanogan County Sheriff's Office said the man told the game officer he'd been in a vehicle accident. The previous day, a Washington State Patrol trooper had found a car in a ditch near Rainy Pass. The man ran from the trooper into the woods, leaving behind a rifle and shotgun. Fish and Wildlife Officer Jason Day and Okanogan Chief Deputy Laura Wright followed his tracks to Early Winters Creek where he'd gone into the water. Later that evening, a caller reported seeing the man on Highway 20 near the Freestone Inn. Okanogan County Sergeant Tate Everett and K-9 Havoc located the man, who was wet from the knees down. Wright said the man, who was identified as 31-year-old Nicholas Hilla of Everett, jumped a guardrail while being questioned. Everett and Havoc pursued him down a steep embankment, where he finally surrendered near another creek about 7:30 p.m. Wright said Hella was carrying 2 pistols. Hella faces 3 charges of unlawful possession of a firearm, 2 charges of obstructing a law enforcement officer, and 1 charge of possession of methamphetamine. Jefferson Robbins, NCW Life.
Loren Culp, the Republic police chief who garnered just 40% of the vote for governor on Tuesday, says he has no job to go back to. The Republican challenger to Governor Jay Inslee has so far refused to concede the election, and last Friday, the City Council of Republic voted 3-1 to eliminate its only police position and contract with Ferry County for its law enforcement needs. Culp had this to say on his Facebook page yesterday.
So no, we're not conceding. Every vote's going to be counted, and we're digging into the numbers because something smells fishy. Yep, imagine that, right? I took a leave of absence a couple months ago, starting in, I believe it was September, maybe August. Took a leave of absence to finish out this campaign for the last few months. And talked to my boss, the mayor, everything was fine. And come to find out, a couple days before this election, the city council had a special meeting, not their normally scheduled meeting, but a special meeting, and they voted to defund the police department, including my job. Incredible, right? Small-minded people playing political games. All but one council member voted to defund the police department. Incredible, right? So, yeah, not even a letter of thank you, not a plaque for 10 years of service, not, hey, Lauren, thanks, but we don't need you anymore. They just voted to defund the police department. And away with that went my job.
Secretary of State Kim Wyman said yesterday she's not sure what Culp is referring to when he hints at voting irregulations. Ferry County deputies have patrolled Republic while Culp was off campaigning. Republic's Mayor Elbert Kuntz said all the way back in August that dissolving the town's police department was a distinct possibility. Well, guest farm workers harvesting produce under the H-2A via FISA program will find their wages frozen for at least the next 2 years. Agriculture Secretary Sonny Perdue announced this week a new rule keeping H-2A wage raters at 2019 levels until 2023, when a new system for figuring pay will take effect. Farm wages have increased at a higher pace than other industries over the last few years. The move makes expenses more predictable for farm owners, but could discourage skilled immigrant workers who travel to Washington each farm season from Mexico, Jamaica, and elsewhere. Coming up next, the October real estate snapshot for the Wenatchee Valley is in, and as expected, total sales and active listings are down compared to the same time last year. Samaritan Hospital in Moses Lake has failed to obtain federal funds to build a new facility. And if you detect a little smoke in the air, it might be from U.S. Forest Service burn projects being carried out. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCW Life Evening News.
Hi, Stephen DeVilbiss here, Branch Manager of Beneficial and Home Care. We are an equal opportunity employer and we do not discriminate in employment or services. It is our mission to maximize our clients' physical health and sense of mental well-being while remaining in the comfort of their home. We are currently seeking professional caregivers who share our mission to help our clients live safely and comfortably at home. Call Beneficial and Home Care. Schedule your interview today. 509-663-7900.
My name is Anaisa Lemus, and I teach at John Newberry Elementary. I had a tooth in the front that was just always causing me problems. It was just happening so regularly. I went to go get a root canal done, and the root canal didn't help a whole lot because then it came back. Both of my parents went to Dr. Divis's office. They really recommended him because he had done such a great job on their teeth. I went and really have had a really pleasant experience with him. He just made me feel really at ease with everything. He was really confident with what he was doing. He said, this is one of his favorite parts of his job, which really made it easier for me because, when you're really passionate about something, they're going to do a good job. As a teacher, my students, I'll tell them randomly sometimes, oh yeah, with my fake tooth. They're always so shocked. Like, what? It looks like your real tooth. And I'm really happy with the results now.
This is Dr. John Divis. Please call us today.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Welcome back. And in other news, the October real estate snapshot for the Wenatchee Valley is in, and as expected, total sales and active listings are down compared to the same time last year. The report released by Pacific Appraisal Associates of Wenatchee shows total sales in October of this year are down 8% compared to last year. Active home listings were way down last month compared to October of 2019, with 84 this year and 165 last year. The good news is active listings in October are up compared to the month before in September. That's up by 14%. The median sales price of a home in the Wenatchee market is also also up 6%. The median price is now at $368,500 last month compared to $348,250 in October of 2019. The year-to-date sales price of a new home in the Wenatchee area is up 11%. Well, Samaritan Hospital in Moses Lake has failed to obtain federal funds to build a new facility. Samaritan healthcare executives say their application for a $100 million from the USDA Rural Development Fund was turned down. The healthcare firm had hoped to break ground this year on a new hospital, but that was delayed due to COVID-19. It's now back to the drawing board for a new feasibility study and a chance to reapply. Well, if you detect a little smoke in the air, it might be from U.S. Forest Service burn projects being carried out. The agency burned more than 50 acres of prescribed fire areas over the last 3 days, mainly in the Methow Valley Ranger District near Mazama. Another 50 acres were slated for prescribed burns today, depending on weather. You can see what acreage has been treated and where fires are planned using the Forest Service interactive map at the address on the screen. You're watching the NCW Life Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's features story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCW Life Evening News. Please stay with us.
Family roles change with time. You may find yourself being an unpaid caregiver to a loved one. Caregiving can be rewarding, but also stressful. Taking care of yourself is vital. Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington has low or no cost services for unpaid caregivers, such as in-home support, care supplies, and counseling. Connect in your local area by calling Aging and Adult Care at 800-572-4459 and mention you're interested in caregiver support.
Traditional values and innovation in honoring the life of each family we serve is part of the ministry of Heritage Memorial Chapel. Our staff is committed to walk with your family with compassion through this time of grief. We are here to help and here to serve, the right kind of help when you need it most. Heritage Memorial Chapel.
Welcome back to the NCW Life Evening News. Time now for our weekly Pause for Pets feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Tonight, NCW Life's Megan McPherson introduces us to a few cats that are over at PetSmart waiting for new homes.
Hey everyone, Megan here with the NCW Life channel. We are here with Renee Parkins at PetSmart. And we're looking at a few cats today. So who are we looking at?
Yeah, so today we've got quite a few cats over at PetSmart, but we're kind of focusing on 3 that are really looking for new homes. So the first one is this beautiful girl. She's about a year old. Her name's Celine. She is a little shy at first. She's been pretty good about letting me hold her, but I think she's about ready to she wants to do her own thing for a little while. So, but she's a very sweet, very beautiful little thing. And then we've got Punky, who is another really sweet, a little shy, but she sure loves to be petted, and her hair is so soft too. I don't know who wouldn't want to cuddle with just a beautiful cat like Punky. We've also got Morgana, and she is just a friendly little thing. And we've got Nitro, who is also kind of snoozing out on the other side of their condos here at PetSmart. He's a polydactyl, so he's got thumbs. Beautiful black cat, a little bit of white, so technically tuxedo, but we have lots of cats here. The nice thing about coming over to PetSmart to look at our cats is right now, as you know, we're open by appointment only, and our cats at PetSmart are open
during PetSmart's business hours. So a lot more time to come over, drop-ins, get to know our cats, then they can call, fill out the adoption paperwork, and we can get that set up. So
Perfect.
So if you're looking for a cat, we've got them over here at PetSmart. We've also got them at the shelter.
The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is located at 1474 South Wenatchee Avenue and is open by appointment only. Call them at 509-662-9577 to schedule a meet and greet or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Before we get to that, downtown Wenatchee we go, in cloudy skies throughout the afternoon. We did see spotty rain showers throughout the day too, and that kind of kept our temperatures down, but something very unique happened with our temperatures. We set a record high today. And guess what? It happened at 4 a.m. this morning. That's right, our low temperature at midnight was about 55. So that was our low, our record high 65. We stayed in the mid-50s throughout the day, and that breaks our old record of 64 degrees. Normal, 49. And our normal low is 35 degrees, record 14 in 1973. Sunrise, 6:51, and the sun will set, or did set this afternoon, I should say now, at 4:37. Let's take a look at tomorrow's weather, and one thing will happen tomorrow. Will be drier as we move into our Friday forecast ahead of our first full November weekend. Temperatures about like today, mid-50s for Moses Lake and Ephrata, Quincy as well. More to the lower 50s as we move west in Wenatchee, Cashmere, Entiat, and Chelan. Omak, you'll see more of the mid-50s with a high tomorrow up there at 54 degrees. As we look at our surface loop tonight, we will see cloudy skies. We're going to stick with about a 50% chance of rain as this area of low pressure continues to slide to the southeast. Then we'll see some clearing to the north overnight. We'll stay on the mild side too with low temperatures mainly in the 40s. For Friday, partly cloudy, light wind. It will be mild as this system continues to push to the southeast. That means temperatures about normal for this time of year on Friday, with highs basically upper 40s to lower 50s, maybe some mid 50s for Friday. Saturday, partly cloudy skies and just a quiet weather day as we kick off our weekend. We will see temperatures once again near normal. I just showed you that's about 49 to 50 degrees for this time of year. And then our temperatures begin to go down a little bit. Notice the big northerly flow coming down into Washington, and that means temperatures will dip somewhat on Sunday. We will see mostly sunny skies throughout the day. Look at all of the snow showers. If you're heading east, better look ahead because I-90 might be a little rough through Montana on Sunday. For Monday, increasing clouds. The next storm system begins to make its way into the Pacific Northwest. We'll see a 20% chance for rain mixed with snow overnight on Monday. And then Tuesday, mostly cloudy skies. Notice the snow over in Spokane and all the way around us. Will we see it on Tuesday? We'll have to wait and see till we get a little bit closer, but at least a 20% chance for that snow. On Tuesday, it will be cool as well with high temperatures only in the mid 40s. And then for your Veterans Day, Wednesday, we will see mostly sunny skies. Temperatures will be slightly below normal. Once again, we're talking highs mainly in the mid-40s. Let's take a look now at your Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling 7-day forecast. 41 tonight, and here's the cool down. 53 tomorrow, 50 on Saturday, and we'll see that cooling trend right through the weekend before we once again see a chance of rain by the time we get into Tuesday with high temperatures in the mid-40s. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCW Life Evening News continues right after this.
Here's to 5 billion miles of amazing. 5 billion miles of... This is so cool. 5 billion miles of helping you stay safe. 5 billion miles of passing the pump. 5 billion miles of... That's 5 billion miles driven around the world. The all-electric 2020 Nissan Leaf.
The extended range 2020 Leaf is now available at Town Nissan, right behind Costco in East Wenatchee.
So Pam, how's your mom doing?
She's okay. She's struggling. She'd like to stay in her house, and it's getting harder for her to do the daily chores.
What kinds of problems is she having?
Just basic house cleaning, you know, taking care of her house, yard work, taking care of her medicine.
Mm-hmm. It does sound exhausting.
It is very exhausting, and I always worry about her.
Aging and Adult Care can assist you or your loved one to remain comfortably and safely in their own home. Contact them today to start the conversation. And now it's a sports update on the NCW Life channel.
And a happy Thursday to you. Breaking news today, the University of Washington's game against Cal Saturday has been canceled because of COVID. According to the California Athletic Department, the game had to be declared a no contest due to the Golden Bears' inability to field a competitive roster following the result of one positive COVID-19 test and subsequent contact tracing. Earlier this week, a member of the Cal football program tested positive for COVID-19. The program followed up with contact tracing, quarantining, symptom monitoring, and treatment. As a result, several other players are in quarantine. Well, similar to a presidential election or the Olympics, seems the Seahawks and Bills play about once every 4 years. The last time the two teams met was in 2016. Seattle came out on top 31-25. In fact, Pete Carroll's 2-0 against the Bills in his tenure with the Seahawks, but he'll be the first to admit that this year's 6-2 Bills, a much different team.
It's a big day for us here getting ready. We got to get this week started on a really good note. And this team that we're playing, they're a new team for us, and we have to, kind of figure them out and see the schemes and make sense of it all. But this is a winning club, and they know how to win football games, and they've got playmakers, and they're really a solid team. So it's a really good matchup for us, and to go on the road as far away as we can go just about, it's a good challenge for us.
Now, Buffalo is atop the NFL in converting on third downs at over 51%. Carroll says he believes that all starts with their quarterback, Josh Allen.
Really creative, and they do a nice job with the stuff they do, but I really think it comes back to the quarterback. He just does a great job of making things happen for second shots in the passing game, and then for taking off and running. He's a load to tackle and to get down. Hard to sack him. So he's really the show, and I think when you watch him play, you're going to see the QB. He's just going to catch your eye. He's going to make things happen. He's got a knack about going for it in difficult situations, and he likes to go physical and run the football tough. So I think the combination of the throwing game, of course, and the good receivers they have, scheme-wise and all that, when you have a guy that can make first downs with his legs, then it makes it really hard. And he's just really good at it.
Seattle finally showed it could rush a passer in last week's win over San Francisco, coming up with 3 quarterback sacks. They'll get some extra help with that this week, as Carlos Dunlap will get his first action since being acquired in a trade from Cincinnati.
The thing is, he just took a week off, so he's been practicing and preparing and playing games and all that, so no concern about anything other than how he handles the learning part of it, which he's a vet, and he already, just getting through our first walkthrough, he handled everything just right. So I don't see any restriction at all on him playing this week. We'll find out during the week and all, but really excited to have him out here, and he's really pumped about being part of it.
Dunlap says he's excited to be out of quarantine and get a chance to run around on the field with his new teammates.
I'm super excited. I mean, this is a whole lot better than the hotel room I've been in the last 6 days. I get a lot more space, especially here at the facility, the VMAC, as I've been told.
What do you expect from practice?
Well, based on this walkthrough, guys fly around. It's pretty crisp. It's high energy, upbeat. Coaches are upbeat. And the team meeting, Coach, you got to be on top of your P's and Q's. Coach be firing things away, and it's high energy and upbeat.
Dunlap brings his 85.5 career sacks with him to the table to try to help bring some pressure on Josh Allen. Linebacker Bobby Wagner says the Seattle defensive key Sunday will be to try to contain Allen in the pocket.
He does a really good job. He can get the ball out of his hands. He can make all the throws. And then, like you said, on third downs, it's a reason why they're one of the top offenses on third down, because he makes the right play, whether it's with his feet or throwing the ball. He's making really good decisions. And so something that we just have to be on and understand, what he's trying to get done, because, he definitely ignites that team the way he plays.
By the way, congratulations to Wagner, the NFC Defensive Player of the Week, for his game against the Niners, in which he had 2 sacks. Now, according to reporters, Seattle blitzed more than any game they had since 2010 last weekend. Bobby says he'd be up for more of that.
I mean, I could blitz that much for the rest of my career, for sure. So if they want to do that, I'm all for it. But, I think every game is different. Every week is different. You got to approach it differently. So you can't do everything. You can't do the same thing every game. So, but hopefully I keep listening.
Seattle will head east to New York on Friday for a 10 o'clock kickoff Sunday morning at Orchard Park. Game will be televised on Fox. Well, the battered running back core continues to hamper Seattle's offense. As a result, Seahawks signed Alex Collins to the practice squad yesterday. Collins, a fifth-round draft choice by Seattle back in 2016. Coach Pete Carroll says still a wait-and-see scenario for Chris Carson.
We'll see Chris on Friday and see how he looks. I'm going to give him till Friday to see what we can find out. It doesn't look like Carlos is going to make it. Still, we got to take care of the hamstring. So we brought in Alex Collins to help us out if we need it. He's on the practice squad right now, and we'll see how he works today. For sure, it looks like Homer is back, ready to go. That really helps us. DJ did a nice job last week. He and Homer, if they handle it, we'll be in good shape. And if we have an opportunity to get Chris back out there, we'll do that for sure.
DJ Dallas carried the load for the Hawks last weekend. 18 rushes, 48 yards. Also had 5 balls caught for 17 yards and a score. Well, a year ago this week, Wenatchee and Eastmont met for the 51st time in the annual Bridge of Sportsmanship game. The Wildcats got on the board first, and a game that saw 7 lead changes.
Second goal coming up just outside the 6-yard line. Again, Tally in motion. They're going to go in reverse. And the handoff to Keys is into the end zone. Touchdown, Eastmont. The Wildcats strike first here in the Bridge of Sportsmanship.
I'll tell you what, they made that drive look easy.
Jelsing will split out wide to the right. Our announcer's booth is up here above the Eastmont fans who will cheer heartily all night long. Throw over the middle of the ball, caught by Coons. Bounces off of a man. Touchdown. It gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Wenatchee. From the 14-yard line, Sermon connects with his big tight end for the first score for the Panthers. They're an extra point away from tying this up.
What a great play. I love play actions. You just come off a 21-yard gain by Blauman. You go right to him on play action. That freezes the linebackers and the defensive line and the backs. Then you have Riley Coons wide open right down the middle.
Be sure to tune in for the rebroadcast of the Bridge of Sportsmanship tomorrow at 6:30 right here on the NCW Life channel. That's Sports. Grant, back to you.
And thank you very much, Eric. And for the 4th straight year as we leave you tonight, the Moses Lake Police Department is allowing its officers to grow beards for a good cause. Participating officers donate $100 for permission to grow beards in November and another $100 if they want to continue it into December. Donations go to the Columbia Basin Cancer Foundation in November and to the Shop with a Cop program in December, with more than $2,500 raised in past years. The department said it's an opportunity for some of its younger officers to grow facial hair for the first time and for older officers to see how their beard isn't as dark as it once was. And boy, I can relate to that. And if you have a video of the day, please let us know right here at the NCW Life channel. And now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. Join me for Fridays at Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. My guest, as usual, we've been doing this now for the last month or so. It's the weekly COVID-19 update from Dr. Malcolm Butler from Columbia Valley Community Health. He's also the Chief Health Officer for the Chelan Douglas Health District. COVID-19 from a North Central Washington perspective, everything that you need to know as we continue to fight the pandemic. Dr. Butler and his update will be tomorrow. Plus, we'll have your weekend weather forecast and everything you need to start your weekend. And we invite you to do it live and local with Wake Up Wenatchee Valley tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Go Bills. Grant, back to you.
Go Bills. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere is your place for famous blues, brews, and barbecue.
Currently, Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere is open for dine-in and take-out. Owner Justin Hefner and his staff are just as excited as you to get back to their regularly scheduled full menu, music, and poker. So stay tuned. Meanwhile, Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere is serving a limited menu for lunch and dinner, dine-in or take-out.
Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere, the coolest place in town.